What an absolutely epic comeback. The Los Angeles Lakers were down 6 points with just 30 seconds left in regulation, and somehow, someway, they found a way to win. This is Game 3. Lakers already up 2-0 in the series, and LeBron James once again carrying this team on his back. Early in the game, the father-son connection between LeBron and Bronny James was nothing short of beautiful. Bronny used his dad as a screener, came off the screen, and knocked down the three-pointer. How cool is that? And then it happened again, LeBron finding Bronny on the alley. Oh, that is something truly special. A father and son playing together on the biggest stage in basketball. The Lakers pushed their lead to 12 points and everything looked comfortable. Then LeBron tried to draw the foul but still managed to knock down the tough mid-range jumper. The kind of shot that reminds you why this man is in a conversation all by himself. He was having an incredible series, and this game was no different in the first half. But with under 7 minutes remaining, the game started to shift dramatically. Marcus Smart got his shot rejected at the rim, and Amen Thompson leaked out in transition, finishing the layup to tie the game at 87. Just like that, all that cushion was gone. With 5 minutes left on the clock, the Rockets trailed by 2 when Alperen Sengun found Reed Shepherd wide open from 3, and Shepherd delivered in a massive moment, giving Houston a 1-point advantage. The lead had completely flipped. Then came one of the most frustrating sequences of the night for Lakers fans. LeBron coughed up the ball on a turnover, took his time bringing it up the floor, and Sengun simply sprinted past him and finished inside to give the Rockets a 4-point cushion with 46 seconds remaining. And it got worse. Same score, same story. LeBron with another turnover, and this time Sengun threw down a thunderous slam in transition. Just like that, Houston was up 6 with 30 seconds to go. The game looked completely out of reach, and then everything changed. Jabari Smith tried to find Amen Thompson, but Marcus Smart stepped in front of the pass and picked it off. Smart launched a desperation 3-point attempt, drew the foul on the way up, and calmly stepped to the line for 3 free throws, knocking down all 3 to make it a 1-possession game. The building was in shock, and then came the moment that will be replayed for years. Who else but King James? LeBron James, with the season on the line, knocked down the game-tying 3-pointer. The bench erupted, Luka Dončić on the sideline, Austin Reeves losing his mind, everybody going absolutely crazy. Clutch once more. LeBron James delivering when it matters most. The Rockets had one final chance to win it in regulation. Sengun attacked the basket but couldn't get it to fall. LeBron grabbed the rebound and immediately called timeout. Just 1.2 seconds left on the clock. Tied at 1-1. Marcus Smart found LeBron James for a 3 at the buzzer. It rattled in and out overtime. In the extra period, Los Angeles took complete control. The Lakers went up 2 when LeBron kicked it out to Rui Hachimura, who drove baseline and finished through contact. Lakers up 4, 107-103. The Rockets tried to answer, and Lunnigan went to work on Deidre Ayton, hitting a wild hook shot to cut the deficit back to 2 with just over a minute remaining in overtime. But then LeBron James stepped up one final time. Sengun tried to spin in the paint, but James was right there to strip the ball away. A scramble for possession turned into a jump ball, and the Lakers came away with it. Final score, Lakers 100-112, Rockets 108. Los Angeles takes a commanding 3-0 series lead. LeBron James finished the night with 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 steals. All 3 of those steals coming in the most critical moments of the game. When asked about the mindset of this team heading into every single game without their 2 biggest stars, LeBron was clear and direct. This group doesn't have the luxury of thinking ahead. No looking at Game 5 or Game 6. The only thing that matters is the next game, the next moment, the next possession. He kept stressing the point. They are missing very important pieces of their roster, very important. And because of that, every single possession carries maximum weight. That is the mentality that is carrying this team. Missing Reeves, missing Luka. And yet here they are, 3-0. And here is something that puts LeBron James in a category completely alone. He now holds a 3-0 series lead 15 times in NBA history, the most of any player ever. And perhaps even more staggering, LeBron has earned 87 career playoff victories, the exact same number as the entire Chicago Bulls franchise combined. Let that sink in. Now let's talk about what Houston did, or rather, what Houston failed to do in those final 30 seconds of regulation, because it was one of the most stunning collapses in recent playoff memory. Entering that game, teams that held a 6-point lead with the ball in the final 30 seconds of a playoff game over the last 30 postseasons had gone 1-7-85 and won one loss of in 785 tries. The Lakers became only the second team in history to pull off that comeback, joining the Philadelphia 76ers, who did it against the New York Knicks in Game 5 of the 2024 first round. The Rockets head coach didn't sugarcoat anything after the loss. He called the mistakes horrendous, flat out. Whether it was youth, fear of the moment, or something else entirely, the reality is this. You have a 6-point lead in the ball. All you have to do is hold it. Instead, Houston committed a terrible foul on Marcus Smart on a 3-point attempt. On the very next possession, with a double team coming and Alperen Sengun standing wide open, the team tried to split the pressure instead of making the simple pass. Another turnover. Then LeBron hit the tough shot, and on the final play of regulation, Houston didn't even execute the play that was drawn up. All of the above, as the coach put it. When asked what his message was to the locker room after going down 3-0, his answer was blunt and unfiltered: grow up. You're not that young anymore. You've been through the playoffs before, and we just watched every single one of those situations happen in real time. NBA analyst Quentin Richardson added important context to that post-game moment. He noted that the Rockets actually started one of the second youngest starting lineups in an NBA playoff game since starters were first tracked back in 1977. But even with that context, Richardson made it clear, youth is not an excuse for these kinds of mistakes at this stage of the season. These are things that veterans and rookies alike cannot afford to do in the playoffs, especially when you're already playing without your superstar. The mistakes the Rockets made were monumental, and however you want to categorize them, they simply cannot happen. Teams up 3-0 in a best-of-7 series in NBA history are 159-0, 159-0. Game 4 is in Houston tomorrow. From an analytical standpoint, what truly stood out about the Lakers' performance in those final moments was the belief. Even after Zubernigan's breakaway slam put Houston up 6, Los Angeles never panicked. They stayed ready, they stayed locked in. And when the turnovers came, they didn't rush, they didn't force bad shots. Marcus Smart drew the foul on the 3-point attempt, and on the shot that LeBron hit to tie the game. Credit goes to Luke Kennard as well. He recognized that he would have had a very difficult contested look if he let it fly, so he made the unselfish play, gave it back to LeBron, and James had the patience to pump fake before rising up and knocking it down. That is poise, that is championship-level basketball. From Houston's side, there is simply no other way to describe what happened. It was an absolute meltdown. That has to be a game the Rockets win, one that gives them life and gets the series to 2-1 heading into Game 4. Instead, they're down 3-0 with their backs completely against the wall. And let's be very clear about something. The Lakers are doing all of this without Luka Dončić and without Austin Reeves. They're two leading scorers from the regular season. The Rockets were also without Kevin Durant. But the difference is that Los Angeles has LeBron James. And what LeBron James is doing right now, at 41 years old, is something that deserves its own space in basketball history. The Lakers went 22-8 in clutch games during the regular season, one of the best marks in the entire league. And they showed exactly why last night in Houston, trailing by 6 with 30 seconds to go, and they still found a way. That is a reflection of this team's identity, and it starts and ends with number 23.